Hey drummers, Keyshawn Jones here, and today I'm going to show you 5 ways to get a fat snare drum sound. So if you guys don't know what a fat snare drum sound is, it's basically a snare drum that is deep, low, and thuddy. So if you listen to any worship, funk, or even disco music, you might hear a fat snare drum sound in there. Before we start, I want to say this. I know there's a lot of people who think that you need a really deep snare drum in depth to get a fat snare drum sound, like a 14x8 or 14x10. But I'm here to tell you that that's not true. You can get a snare drum above 14x5.5 to sound really deep and low, like this one. This is a 14x5.5 Pearl Export EXX snare that came with my drum set. And if you're curious, I have a Remo Emperor coated on the batter side, and I have a Remo Diplomat Hazy snare side. And the wires I'm using are made by Dilwe, they're 30 strands, and I also have the Pearl on outside muffler just because the snare drum's pretty ringy. Okay, so now all of that is out of the way, let's get started. The first way you can get a fast snare drum sound is to tune it. So my snare drum is pretty high right now, so we're just gonna bring it down a notch. So I'm only gonna be doing work to the batter side head. We're gonna do a full turn, and we're gonna do this in a star-shaped pattern. So we're gonna start with this lug right here, do one full turn to the left, and then go to the one across it, and do another full turn to the left. And I'm gonna do this once to each tension rod. Okay, so that took no time at all. It took about a minute to crank the drum down a little bit. So let's hear what the snare drum sounds like now. The second way you can get a fast snare drum sound is to use a towel. And by the way, the snare drum is back to its original tuning. So since towels are pretty thick, it's really going to choke the drum and make the drum have a really short sound. Matter of fact, Ringo Starr used tea towels on his drums when he was recording the famous song Come Together, which I can't play because I don't want to get a copyright strike on this video. But anyways, what you want to do is get your towel and just place it right over the drum, just like that. And then you have a vintage 70s fat snare drum sound. The third way you can get a fast snare drum sound is to use an old drum head. So let's say you switch the heads of your snare drum and you're like, oh man, I have no use for this anymore, I'm just gonna throw it away. Don't do that. You can do a lot more stuff with old gear. But anyways, what you wanna do is get your drum head, flip it upside down, and just place it right on the drum, just like that. But if you wanna do some cross sticks while you play, you can take this a step further. You can cut the ring out of the drum head. So if this is an old Remo control style coated head that I broke, so I cut out the ring and the center out of the drum head, and I actually use this to get my fast snare drum sound. So let's hear how it sounds. Fourth way you can get a fast snare drum sound is to use drum dampeners. So you can use things like moon gels, drum dots, EQ pods, stuff like that. Today I'm going to be using moon gel just because that's what I have on hand. So what you want to do is get all 6 of the moon gels out of the tub, and then we're going to pull one piece off, and we're going to put each one in front of each tension rod. So let's hear what the snare drum sounds like with all 6 of the moon gels. And the final way to get a fast snare drum sound really surprised me the first time I tried it, and that is to use a piece of paper. Don't click off the video yet, I'm going to explain. So I would definitely recommend using a thicker piece of paper when doing this just because paper like this will rip easily. But anyways, what you want to do is get some tape and put it on the paper just so it won't slide off the drum, and then just place it right in the center of the drum head. what was your favorite method from this video? Let me know in the comments down below. And also, if you have any other ways to get a fast snare drum sound, also leave those comments down below, and if I get enough of those comments, I might do a part 2. Might. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you can know when future videos come out. And remember to keep on drumming.